Hi everybody, my name is Ed Diaz from Roland Corporation, and I'm here with Nstuff Music, and today we're going to go over the FA-06 and also the FA-08 music workstations from Roland. So in this video I want to give you like a basic overview of the keyboard, so let's check it out now. So first off, the FA-06 and FA-08 are built off of the sound engine of the Integra 7. So what that means to you is we get a lot of great sounds, over 2,000 sounds, plus the ability to bring in sounds from the Axial website, axial.roland.com, and you can download sounds for free. So let's take a look at some of these sounds right now. First off, let's take a look at the supernatural acoustic sounds such as the piano. Now, one thing you're going to notice when I play piano is very rich sound. And also listen to how it decays. Decays just like an acoustic. Real nice. We're not going to hear any sample kind of looping. Also, let's take a look at the electric piano, and there's a lot of great supernatural acoustics in here, such as the EP, and I'm playing the 76 Pure right now. So let's take a listen to this. So really good sounds. Now, one thing about the supernatural acoustic sounds is we can actually go in and edit the different parameters of those sounds that are specific to that sound. So for example, let's go ahead and take a look at a B3 organ type of sound. Now, one thing about a B3 type of organ or a tone wheel organ is it makes a lot of different sounds. So there's not really a specific kind of sound. All of you guys from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast can have a different variation of this sound. So let's take a look at how we can edit this now. So I'm going to hold down the shift button, go into my tone edit, and you see right away that we have access to the drawbars right in here. So very quickly I can come in and adjust my sound as needed. So I can take this, bring in the 1 foot, and very quickly adjust my sound. Also, I can use the S1 button for my rotary speaker. Let's have a little more fun very quickly. I can also go into the subtle nuances of my tone wheel organ, maybe my leakage level, because as you know, with some of the organs, as they get older, just like an old car, make a lot of noise in the engine. So we can simulate that here as well. So let me make sure my rotary is turned off. If you listen, you hear more hum in the sound, kind of like an old car. And now I'm going to go ahead and adjust very quickly my key off, key click on, and key click off. Now what that means is as the organs would age, dirt and different things would get in there and it would give a little bit effect, a little bit of kind of grime to it. So right now I'm going to take that effect completely off and I'm going to adjust key click on. So when I press down, as the number goes up, it's going to make more noise in the click. You hear it? Now I'm going to do the same thing with key click off. So when I let off, you're going to hear another click. So oops, here we go. There we go. So now we get more of that characteristic. So it gives us more of that subtle nuances that you expect from an organic instrument such as a tone wheel organ. Now let's take a look at some of my acoustic basses right in here. And this is a real good one, the acoustic bass. And let's take a look at just a couple other sounds and I'll go through the rest of the keyboard. I actually want to do an overview when I'm doing more sounds, which is real easy to do when you play on the FA because you just want to play, so it makes it kind of fun. Let's take a look at some of our older sounds like the JP8 strings. Check this one out. We can go into here very quickly. on this JP8 string patch, this is using the supernatural synthesis. Now what this means is, let's go ahead and look in here, hold down shift, hit the tone edit. You'll look that we can go down into the oscillator level. Now if you follow my cursor here, I have different partials, and I can turn them on or off. So I'm going to turn them off right here, and I'm just going to use the first partial, and I'm using a sawtooth, a saw right here, and I can adjust the detuning instantly right in here. I can also go into the pitch, and so if I wanted to, maybe I want to take it down an octave or up an octave. So I can have multiple partials going at the same time and really adjust the pitch between them, and also the tuning with them. Also, if I go down a little bit further, here's my filter. Now everybody loves to mess with the filters, the cutoff and the resonance specifically. But we have also another envelope over here. So let's go ahead and mess with my cutoff. Nice smooth cutoff. Let's mess with that resonance. And let's see if we can make it squeal a little bit. And let's go a little bit more with that resonance. And so we can make it squeal if we want to. So very fun. That's one of the great things about the FA-06 and FA-08 with this sound engine. You can actually go in there and tweak the sounds specifically to that type of instruments. Now we also didn't forget some of our old classic PCM sounds, and that's something we were doing for a long time. And so let's take a look at some of the old classic sounds, like West Coast, one of my all-time favorites from the XP XV series. So that's just a quick look at some of the sounds. Let's go into the different sections now. Now, if we go over here to this section, this is our sound modify section, and we have the sound modify knobs, and I'm going to go ahead and use that as an example. My saw lead, I can press this button here to select, and I have the different menus I can go through. So the first top one is cutoff, resonance, attack, release, pan, and level. So very quickly, I can take a sound like this and adjust my cutoff and resonance. Very quickly. I have my EQ settings right here as well, and assignables, so whatever I want to put in there, I have 6 assignables I can put in here, and also a compressor, tone, chorus, reverb, and my effects right in here. So very quickly, so that's what that section is for. Also another major section is we have our sample pads. This is brought in from the SP404SX samples, and so you can go ahead and load in 16-bit WAV files right in here and play them on here. So if I wanted to, I can say, all right, let's go ahead and play this right in here. Whatever I want right here. So let's go ahead and get the drums and the bass. Have them holding. Now I'll go ahead and bring in the guitar in here, right on top. 1, 2, here we go. So very quickly I have it going. Now if I want to, bring in another sample. Very fast. 1, 2, go. Bring something else in if I want. If I want, I'll go ahead and kill the other guys. 2. So very quickly you see we can play samples directly from here. Now let's go ahead and look at this next section, which is the sequencer section. So if I go in my sequencer section, I already have a sequence loaded. I'm going to make a fast one real quick for you so you can see. So first off, I need to clear out what's here. And so if I hold down shift, go to my song utility button, I'm going to press song clear, select, and OK. Because in the old days, we would do stuff we didn't mean to do and you couldn't bring it back. So the keyboard always asks you, are you sure? This is a good thing. Now I'm going to show you a little trick that I do. We can normally go through sounds just by going up and down on the cursor buttons here. But here's a trick I want you guys to learn. So if we go into our pad utility, press this button, I'm going to say pad mode, which is button number 6, and then I'm going to use number 2, which is part select. Now what's going to happen, watch what's going to happen on the screen. I can move around to my different parts very quickly. This is really cool and makes it really easy for you guys when you're laying down some tracks. So let's take my electric piano. I'm going to adjust my metronome right here, my tempo, and I'm going to press the record button. Now when I'm recording, I'm going to turn the volume down just for a second. When I'm recording, I get a couple of options. I can do one measure, two measure, or wait note. One measure means it's one measure count in, two measure count in, or wait note. As soon as I touch the pedal or the keyboard, it's going to start recording. So I'm going to use wait note. I'm going to put the quantize on, so if my timing's a little off, it'll fix it. If it's way off, you need to do it again, okay? Work on your time. And then also with loop length, I'm going to put it at 2 measures just for this example here. So we have it set, and let's record. 1, 2, 3. So that quickly, I put that in here. Now let's go ahead and push rehearsal. I'm going to close this just so I can see, and I'm going to move to a different sound. So I'm going to go to the drums very quickly. Now notice, I can move around and it's not recording because it is in rehearsal mode. So let's take it off rehearsal very quickly. Now check this out. What if I made a mistake? Many times when you make a mistake, you'd have to redo the track, or it's kind of lame. But check it out. I'm going to go ahead and just put stuff here. How do I get rid of it? I can actually press erase, and I can either erase just the one wrong note at that section, or I can say, let's erase from here to here. And it's like it never happened. So you can keep your creativity flowing very easily in here. So that should do it. Now I'll press the close button. I'll rehearse again. Let's go ahead and put something else, maybe like a bass. And since it's in rehearsal, I can go inside and look for a specific bass that I want to use. Maybe a compressor, bass with a compression on it. There it is. Let's go ahead and use that bass. Coming back around, 3, 4. Uh-oh, little mistake. What do? Erase, and I can say, there it is, like it never happened. There we go. Now I can record. And here we go. 1, 2, 1. Here we go. 3, 4. So as you see, very quickly we created that track. Now here's another great feature that the FA-06 and the FA-08 both have. There comes a time when we create our song and we want to share it with the rest of the band, or we want to take it and put it in the software, be it whatever digital audio workstation software that's available to you. And so here's how we do that. Very quick and easy. If I hold down Shift and I hit that Song Utility button, which is button number 3, you see, this brings us back to the Song Utility menu, and I can do Song Clear, Song Name, change my time signature, track settings, export song, or import standard MIDI file. Well, we're going to use export song, so let's press Select. Now, in the old days, we used to just be able to export as a standard MIDI file, and you can still do that. But when we're working with a digital audio workstation, you know, if we do that, we have to go ahead and put that standard MIDI file, hook this up MIDI, and have it talk to each other, and mute this, and play this, and solo this. It's kind of a pain. Well, here's some cool stuff right here. We can export our track as either a stereo mix file, so just a rough copy of that file, or a multi-track. So I'm going to create stems very quickly and very easily. So check this out. I'll press Select, and I'm telling it 3-second cutoff. After it's done, it's going to give 3 seconds of post, and I can rename it. If I want to name it a specific song, I can do that. So I'm going to execute and watch what happens. Here we go. Are you sure? Yes, I am. Okay. What it's doing now, it's exporting each of my tracks individually as its own separate stem or WAV file very quickly. It just did the electric piano. Now it's going to go ahead and do the bass. After it does the bass, then it's going to do the drums. So once it's completed doing this, we can go ahead and take our SD card that's in the back here, right over here, and it's a 4 gig SD card. Take that card out, put it inside your DAW, and drop those tracks into whatever digital audio workstation that you have, and it'll work. Now at that time, now we can use the keyboard for something else. The FA-06 and FA-08 have a feature called DAW control. So if we press this button right here, we have control maps for some very popular digital audio workstations. So all we have to do is press that button, tell it which one we're using, and then we're set to go. We're set to go that very quick and very easy. So this, in a nutshell, is the FA-06, FA-08 workstation from Roland. You guys should come and check it out. All right, take care.